High School, it's Alize.
And I'm Paola, and we're from the Lodi Rampage.
With the upcoming presidential election, Lodi High School decided to have their very own mock debate.
And let me introduce our presidential candidates. This is Mr. Foster, Ms. Fasulo, and Mr. Sarah.
What? Oh, sorry. Didn't know we started.
Okay, so let's begin by asking the first question. First question is, do you think it's a good idea for students to have access to the Wi-Fi, Mr. Foster?
No. Students shouldn't have access to the Wi-Fi because students are generally untrustworthy and have to be very overseen in their activities.
Ms. Fasulo, what do you think?
Well, I am a scientist first and foremost. So I do believe that maybe we could run an experiment where we would give students access to the Wi-Fi for 1 to 3 months, monitor their progress, and have teachers report back on how it worked out. And if it worked out well, then they should be provided access since this is the 21st century and it's going to be very important for their lives. But if it proves to be a distraction, then we will go back to the way it was.
Mr. Sarah?
What's Wi-Fi?
What is the first thing you would do as president of Lodi High School? Okay, Ms. Fasula.
Okay, well, I think my first move as president would be to try to build a better sense of community here at Lodi High School. I might put together a committee between students and teachers, parents, board members, and
So what you're saying is you want to get rid of the responsibility already. So if you were president, you would not want the responsibility of being president.
Well, I would head up this committee.
You can't handle it then, apparently.
Why not?
Because you want others to do the work for you.
I want others to be involved in the work. I'm certainly not a dictator, if that's what you're saying.
I didn't curse at you.
I don't understand why you would bring up dictatorship unless you planned on being a dictator.
I agree.
I think that I have to head off the people that maybe want
Oh,
to.
head off, yeah. So apparently you can cut their
Head
heads
them
off
off.
too.
Cut their
Yeah,
heads
cut off their
off.
heads.
My
See?
goodness.
Now it's
This head will
decapitation.
roll. I'm sorry.
Mr. Foster?
Well, we've already got a little bit of a wall around the back of the school, but I really think we should extend that wall all the way around the school. It's really important that we have a wall to keep out all the
Who's gonna
unwanted
pay for
elements.
this wall?
The cemetery should.
Who's
We
gonna pay
will
for
build a
it?
wall
The
and
cemetery.
Garfield will pay for it.
I agree.
Do you think having more dress-down days is a good idea? Mr. Sarah, let's start with you.
For who? Teachers or for students?
For students,
Teachers should, not students though.
not students.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Because, no. Reason is because, you see, students today are too irresponsible to understand how to properly dress on dress-down days. They would take advantage of that opportunity, and much like with the Wi-Fi you were talking about, they would probably become totally irresponsible, and it would lead to the degradation of our society as a whole.
The whole society would be ruined.
By cargo pants and
Excuse me,
jeggings.
I
Mostly
disagree.
jeggings.
I disagree. I think that students are more than responsible enough to handle this, especially if we treat it as a fundraising
Wrong.
opportunity for our school. Excuse me, I did not interrupt you.
You did, actually.
Give me a
You
moment.
just did right now.
I believe that it would be a wonderful opportunity for community building within our school. If we had more fundraising days for our clubs and activities, doing dress-down days, I believe that our students would actually chip in and pay for it. They're generous, kind-hearted, and responsible young people.
I think Dress Down Day would simply, as a fundraiser, would simply show economic disparity, and the students from affluent families will be able to dress down, and the ones that come from a poorer background will not be able to dress down because they can't afford the fundraiser.
There's been talk going around about inflation. What is your comment on this, Ms. Fasulo?
Well, inflation is a fact of life, unfortunately, we all have to deal with. So I think that perhaps if it's addressed in our financial literacy classes, that our students will be ready for
I
it.
think, as there's no pools here, inflatables are unnecessary and a distraction.
I agree. I like balloons, but I really don't see a point in needing balloons in the middle of a school unless it's for a party or something, which is a whole different issue altogether.
Do you even economics, bro?
Some students have been complaining about the smelly hallways. Should LHS invest in Febreze? Ms. Fasulo?
Well, I do love Febreze. In fact, I've been known to use it myself. That being said, I think it would be a temporary fix at best. In Japan, students are encouraged to become part of their community through cleaning the classrooms every day. It's part of their daily lessons. And I think that would be something really fun to implement here at Lodi High School, where we could actually all do it as a class. I think it would allow for more understanding of what actually goes into maintaining a classroom. We could also bridge the gap between our students and our custodial staff, who are valued members of our society here.
I find it objectionable that the comments from Ms. Fasulo here are clearly purchased by Big Air Freshener.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, a name brand air freshener, really? I think that kind of just smells of the odor of the money that's lining her pockets from the Febreze company.
It is green. I think it is actually dollar bill, cent, yes, dollar bill
Oh, my
scented.
goodness, yes,
The smell of success, people. Smell of success.
yes.
Um,
Anyhow.
I'm sorry, will you finish, Mr. Foster?
No, I appreciate it. You weren't interrupting me at all. She was.
Okay.
You see, it's important that students smell better, but I don't think they need to smell great. I think we need to accept a level of mediocrity from our student body and
Student body
you know,
odor.
Student body odor. Yeah, I like that. Good line. So as long as they don't smell offensive, it's fine. And if they smell offensive,
How do you define offensive?
You.
Cultural insensitivity, I think,
Yeah,
is what we're dealing with.
Yep.
To interject, I'm actually offended on behalf of several individuals right now by the comments you've made. Not only does it appear that you want to make our students engage in manual labor after sitting through school for several hours a day, but you also want them to supplant our custodial staff as free workers, basically, by having students, what you said, clean the classroom every single day.
Yes.
I mean, that to me is not teaching responsibility. That's manual labor. That it probably violates child labor laws.
And it
Well, I have
really
to
is very much
disagree with you.
union busting.
Union
I
busting
mean,
also. So the dictator over here who would like to, increase this gap between the have and the have-nots, and now perhaps punish the students who can't afford for dress-down days, who wants to monetize everything and sell it to big air freshener businesses over here. I don't understand how you'd be good for this school in any way, shape, or form.
I completely agree.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but we need to move on.
Thank you very much. So as a president of LHS, what would you do to increase the school spirit?
Let's start with Mr. Foster.
I would tell the students to be more excited.
Be more excited.
Yes. Be more excited about the school, be more interested, and care more. And if they did that, there would be more school spirit.
All
Mr.
right.
Sarah?
Mandatory pom-poms.
Everyone should have pom-poms?
Correct.
With them
And we
all
should-
day long? every
Correct,
day?
and we should
Okay.
cheer at every given moment. We should cheer,
They should cheer for us.
correct, we should, whenever we make a good point in a lesson, we should perhaps cheer as teachers also for when students get high scores on assessments. I believe that it'd be good to spread that cheer around the school in that way, and it would definitely encourage a student, what are we talking about again?
I'm amazed that I actually agree with him.
Spirit, yeah, spirit.
Yes, I actually agree with you about something. Very good.
Moving on.
Okay, well, now that you've heard what every candidate has to say, you can go online and vote for whoever you think should be president.
I want to
of
say
LHS.
thank you very much to
When
everyone.
do we start the debate? When are we gonna start it?
All right, so thank you, Mr. Sarah, Ms. Wasulo, and Mr. Foster.